Wilder Fury contracts are signed. If Luis pulls it off, is there going to be a trilogy? What's the rematch clause with that?
The sole focus is for Deontay Wilder and Ortiz to fight on the 23rd. Ortiz has the opportunity to fuck this whole thing up. What better situation to be in? You know, what better situation?
Now, fight fans, now y'all know I'm keen to always call out the bullshit that Leonard Ellerbe is always talking about, but this is one thing that he is saying that very much makes sense, and it truly could happen. If you look at Ortiz's conditioning coach, he's using the same conditioning coach that Sean Porter used for Errol Spence to drag him through the late rounds, even though we already know Sean Porter doesn't have trouble dragging through the late rounds. But the power that carried over from 1 to 12 was absolutely exceptional, and he had him in great shape. And Ortiz is a lot slimmer this go around. You can look at him, see it around his neck, see it in his physique and everything. He's carrying a lot better lean muscle. He just looks a lot better. So truth be told, I'm telling you, Luis Ortiz has nothing to lose, and he is coming to fuck this whole thing up. I'm telling you, listen if you want to, or don't listen. Regardless, it costs a nigga nothing to pay a nigga no mind. I'm just saying though, Luis Ortiz is not fucking around, and Deontay Wilder could really lose this fight. And everybody else believes the opposite, that Deontay's just gonna come out there and very much knock him out. And I believe Deontay Wilder's gonna win too. But I don't think it's going to be as everybody else believes it is. And I think this could be the one event that could happen at the end of the year that could truly make or break a motherfucker if they lose. So Deontay Wilder better come in on his A game, or everything will change overnight on November 23rd for Bomb Squad. But I'll digress.
All he got to do is go out there and focus for 12 rounds and find a way to win a big ass fight. If he wins the fight, he fucks the whole thing up.
Luis, would you give him a trilogy if he wins?
100%. He gave me the fight that it's not even to be spoken of. Yes, absolutely.
But he's put himself in the position that he has options. You know?
Fight fans, when we always talk about these matches and we go over these interviews and we assess them, I always challenge you guys to think in layers. Because as, you know, a bright and pretty intelligent individual myself, I like to think in layers, and I like to psychologically assess people as well. And what Leonard Ellerbe is telling me here, either way they are comfortable with whoever comes out champion. I think honestly that they might be cozy with Wilder's time being up, because they don't see the marketing premise. They don't see it Wilder translate into any money. No matter what they've done with Wilder, he has not become successful. And for Wilder to lose this fight, it's going to be extremely bad for him, because there's no way for him to ever come close to $120 million. So who was rightfully handling who? But I'll digress.
And what better position to be the man in the heavyweight division?
Luis, does Deontay, has he improved at all? Does he have enough now in his skill set to do anything that he hasn't done before other than that right hand?
Que si tú has visto en lo que tú has visto de Deontay, que si tú crees que él ha mejorado desde que peleó contigo, que si tú crees que él va a poder mejorar y que si nada más es la derecha que él tiene, ¿qué tú crees de eso?
Pues los boxeadores pueden hacer todo lo que quieran en los entrenamientos, pero cuando llega la pelea todo se dificulta. Y el que no tenga un segundo plata embarcado, yo ya tengo 7.
He says that, you know, in the videos that you can watch and in the stuff that you see him putting out there, yes, he does look improved as a fighter, and I would agree. But he still lacks the experience of actually taking it from a training facility into a fight, where someone else is trying to take your head off, and it's not quite as simple as just, you know, in a controlled gym environment. So he's got to have a plan B and C, and if he doesn't, then that's going to be the error. He's got plan A through Z, so it's, you know, it's.
And see, Ortiz just said the very, very, very best thing he could have said in that situation. He said, does Deontay Wilder have A, B, and C planned out if A doesn't work for him? Because in Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz 1, he didn't really have to worry about A, B, or C. All he did was just revert back to the right hand and calm himself down and be a little bit more poised when Ortiz jumped on him. Ortiz is basically telling us as we're getting up to the fight that he's one, going to be poised. Number two, he's not going to overshoot his shots. Number three, he's going to use more of his boxing acumen, his IQ, and Deontay Wilder has to be ready for that. As Deontay Wilder's 4 years as champion, he has not had to do such a thing. So now, we are going to have to see if Deontay Wilder can manage to get through something like this. And if Deontay Wilder loses, how is he going to paint the picture? Is he going to paint the picture like he really faced the toughest guy in the heavyweight division because he beat Deontay Wilder? Fucking course he is. All right, fight fans, now moving on to other things concerning the Bronze Bomber. Evander Holyfield doesn't think it's a good idea for the Bronze Bomber to face Luis Ortiz again. Right, fight fans, so Evander Holyfield doesn't understand the logic of Deontay Wilder giving a rematch to a dangerous fighter like Luis Ortiz. After all the problems at Wilder, 41-0, with 1 draw, 40 KOs, had beaten a highly technical southpaw in Ortiz, 31-1 with 26 KOs. Holyfield thinks the WBC heavyweight champion Wilder should have moved on to someone else.
This is the second time in your career that you're fighting the same opponent. Stavern, you fought him the first time, unanimous decision, then you knocked him out. What do you have to gain by fighting King Kong Ortiz? You already got the TKO the first time.
Most definitely, and I think the thing that we're gaining is just, man.
Fight fans, man, when we follow body language, man, it tells us the truth. That exhale, that sigh right there, that was the truth. Secreting from Deontay Wilder's bomb squad breath. I mean, he knows what he's giving us is BS, but his handlers won't let the chicken out the cage. But the chickens are coming home to roost.
If he wins the fight, he fucks the whole thing up.
Gain even more love from his family and the boxing fans around, you know.
No, my brother. See, we really don't know. So now, see, the Schmo, he's gonna, you know what I mean, be straddled on both sides of the fence because, you know, he's gonna keep his credentials. He's gonna play it cool, but he still asks the right questions. No, the fans aren't getting anything that they wanted. Nobody asked for this fight. You beat the guy by unanimous decision. I mean, the guy was already had high blood pressure issues. Tested for PEDs. Nobody wanted this fight. We wanted Anthony Joshua, we wanted Tyson Fury, but you decided to go on this path. And guys, the only reason he's saying that, you know, he's doing this to get more love out of the fans is far-fetched. This whole fight is gonna have to be comped because nobody's buying the tickets. Now, for me, what it means that nobody's buying Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz too. I mean, why the fuck should they? They didn't have to buy the first one. And we already know that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder are already locked in for February of 2020. So why would we want to pay for Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz too, considering you already knocked the guy out? There isn't another chapter in this story that we can honestly write other than you being knocked out. And there is truly strong potential for that. And nobody's really speaking on that. But I'm going to save that for another video and touch on that later. I'll digress.
Everyone knows I don't have to take this fight. I've already beaten him, so why risk myself and my title for with him again? One of the most dangerous fighters, you know, in the heavyweight division, period. That's why.
Fight fans, now when you're dealing with a guy like Wilder, you know, he tries to put you in position to play these games of reverse psychological ping pong, where it's like, oh, I didn't have to take this fight. Oh, he's so dangerous. You know, I'm doing y'all a favor. You know, I'm doing you guys a favor that I took on this Luis Ortiz fight that you never asked for, and I turned down $120 million for the fight that you guys have been salivating from the gills for. But you know, I didn't have to take none of this shit. I'm a champion. I could have took something else. You know, y'all call him old. You know what I'm saying? But nobody wants to fight him. Nobody will fight Luis Ortiz. Oh, really? I'll wait. Are you stupid or are you dumb? That's all I'm trying to say. Are you stupid or are you dumb? But, you know what I mean? I'll digress.
That's why he can't get no fights now from these guys. And the only explanation that they have is he's old. And I always say, when have we cared about someone's age as a fighter?
once again, he puts his foot in his mouth and he reverses his own narrative. Since when do we care about age as a fighter? Didn't you say that about Anthony Joshua when he fought Vladimir Klitschko? I thought you said that he fought Klitschko a couple years too late and he already knew that he was over the hill. Let me pull that up as a matter of fact. See, I'm just saying, he just makes this too easy for me. It's too easy for me, man. I deal in the facts, man. So I'm just saying, why when you speak, you gotta keep that same energy, bro. But as always, constantly reversing the narrative to fit his own egotistical bullshit that he's trying to spit to us. But I'll digress.
If that money's right and that contract is signed, go beat his old ass then. That's what I'm gonna do come Saturday night. But they ain't, you know, that's the only thing that they try to dismiss him with is age, because they know and they understand that he's a very, very, if he's an old man, he's a very old, dangerous man.
If you take care of business,
So the last question, after hearing this whole bullshit ass interview and everything that he regurgitates over and over again, I will have to say, if that's the only thing we're dismissive about when it comes to King Kong Ortiz, my question to you is, why didn't you sign on the dotted line to fight Anthony Joshua?
Everyone know I don't have to take this fight. I've already beaten him, so why risk myself and my title for with him again?
Got him! Got him!
As we always say at the end of every video, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. It's your man, the boss. Respect, though.